Hey guys, my name is Adam. Welcome to Tutorial Tuesday. I'm going to show you how to play On the Way Home by John Mayer off his new album Paradise Valley. And I made a cover of this one, so you can check that out. I'll include a link somewhere. But just a quick recap, I'll show how to play the intro riff, which goes like this. And then I'll also go through just the basic strumming. And then the next part kind of goes like this. Okay, and then we'll go through the other parts also. That's a pretty good sampling of what you will be able to play by the end of this tutorial. So let's get started with that intro riff, probably the hardest part of the song. I kind of just learned it by ear because I just learned this today, and my face is really red. I need to work on the lighting here. Okay, so here's what you're going to be doing. It goes like this. Okay, so let me kind of break that down. It starts with a, so I would maybe just play the open 4th string, and then you're gonna have your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and from here you're gonna do a hammer on to the 4th fret with the ring finger, and you're gonna do a double pull off. So you're gonna pull off the ring finger to the 2nd fret where your index finger is, and then you're gonna pull that off too, so it's open. And then it's going to do a, since I'm doing this by ear, I might not be 100% accurate, but the way I hear it, sorry, that's what I hear, and it sounds pretty close. So after that's what this should sound like when you have it up to speed. So then you do this 4th string, and then hammer on with the ring finger on the 4th fret, and then 3rd string open. Now it's going to be a double pull off. Ring finger on the 4th fret of the 4th string, but you want to make sure you already have your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, because you're going to pull off the ring finger first and then the index finger. Okay, and then this next part is going to be a double hammer on the 5th string. So start plucking open, and then index finger on the 2nd fret, pinky on the 5th fret, and then open on the 4th string. You can speed that up. So okay, it takes a little bit of practice, but a good way to do it is maybe with a metronome. Just start off slower and then slowly increase the tempo until you can get it up to, so you can get it there. One thing that you could do is kind of hold down also this 3rd fret 2nd string, and you can do like a flick with your finger, with your index finger. So I'm slapping with my thumb and flicking with my wrist at the same time. Okay, so that's how I play that part. And then what am I playing here? Let's see. It's kind of like I'm doing a bass note, and then the slap with the flick together. But sometimes I'll bring the index finger back up. And sometimes I'll play with my ring finger and my middle finger a higher note. It just kind of takes some messing around with it and some practicing. But that's kind of how I learned it. I just kind of messed around, and eventually I taught myself how to do it. So yeah. Okay, moving on. Then goes the next part. And this, now we're happy we tuned down, because now I hope I said that. Did I say that in this? I hope I said it already. But you need to tune down to the 6th string down to D. That's kind of important. Okay, moving on. Now we go from, this is going to be sort of like a G chord, but because we're tuned down to D, a G isn't on the 3rd fret, it has to be on the 5th fret. So we're going to do 5th fret of the 6th string, and then I'm just muting the 5th string with my middle finger also, and then index finger is on the 4th fret of the 3rd string, and then I'm kind of plucking strings 6, 4, and 3. I'm actually plucking with my index finger also, but you can't really hear it because it's muted. And now you're just going to let go with the middle finger and slide the index finger down 2 frets to the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And now you're here. I just plucked them all together: thumb, index, middle, and ring finger. Strings 6, 5, 4, 3. So the rhythm, I'm kind of doing alternating with the thumb and the other fingers. Sometimes I'll separate the index finger. Kind of like that. And then if you want to kind of include the little melodic thing, that's just open on the 4th string, then 4th fret on the 4th string, and then 2nd fret, 3rd string. So at the end there, that's an A chord. So I just play, I'm going to keep this index finger here and add my middle finger to the 2nd fret of the 4th string. And then I just pluck strings 5, 4, and 3. And then back to the D chord. Okay, so that whole thing is... Okay, and then the next part goes back to this G chord that we learned already. And now I start doing the slapping stuff. So kind of, I do the bass note, and then the slap is always on beats 2 and 4. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when I slap, I do the flick like I did before. And then I do the flick back up with my index finger. So you can do like the... Be a good way to start practicing that. Now I'm just alternating with the flicking. I'm using my ring finger on other notes. So I'm just kind of alternating my ring and middle finger. Kind of sneaking it in between the bass note and the slap is where I stick it in there. So we're all right. We'll be okay. That was my mouse that just went flying. So at the end of this tutorial, I'm gonna have to go get it to stop this video. So sneaking in there between the bass and the slap. Okay, and then this is a B minor chord, sorry. So I'm barring the 2nd fret, and I'm holding frets 4th string, 4th fret, 3rd string, 4th fret, 3rd string, 2nd fret. And then you can play strings 5 through 1. Yeah, you don't want to do the 6th string. Okay, and then it goes back to the G chord. So that part. And then we go. So it's just kind of what we did before, only it's faster. We're going back and forth between the G and the D. So really, it's hard to fit the other ones. You kind of all you have time is the all together, and then do the flick and back up. One thing I would say, I think the way I did it when I covered it is I actually put my ring finger on the 4th fret of the 6th string, except for the last one. So I kind of went. Okay, so they're all on the 4th fret except the last one. It's not a huge deal, but maybe it sounds a little bit nicer. Okay, moving on. The solo comes back. Just take some practice to keep that in rhythm with this pattern that we already learned. Oh, and here I'm kind of holding this D chord. And then the next part, you'll go back to Love That's Waiting. You can still do this pattern. It goes back and forth between the G and then the D. I think for here definitely. I think I really like the ring finger here. It stays on the A this time. The next time it's half as long and it goes back to the D. So the second time it goes. Sorry. So that's the way it goes the second time. Instead of staying here, the second time it goes back there. Then it goes back to sort of like the chorus, pre-chorus thing, and then the bridge, it kind of just stays on the D chord. So I'm playing the open first string because it sounds nice to put some of the other kind of diatonic notes in there. So here, this would be the high E sounds nice. It's kind of like an add 2. Here's a nice little A there. Do the suspended 4. Whatever you want, but just kind of stays there. I'm just kind of going back and forth between the 2 Ds on string 6 and 4. I think I'm doing something like that. And then I think that's everything. There's the oohs that come in that I kind of skipped in my cover, but it just stays on the D, and then there's another chorus basically, and the harmonica comes in, but it's just playing the like we did at the beginning. Okay, that's the entire song on the way home. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and I'm gonna go get my mouse now. So I'll hope to see you guys next time. Take care. The mouse. Let's see if I can find. Turn it off. All right, here we go. See ya.